Hey everyone, it's Emma from Cheer Times 4. Well, this is the channel you're watching this on. This is obviously a collab channel with three of my other friends, Katie, Emily, and Morgan. Yeah, so I guess this topic for the week is my cheer story. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about myself and how I came to be a cheerleader. So yeah, keep watching. Hey guys, it's me again, even though this is gonna be in the same video. But anyways, so before I start off, I guess I'm gonna tell you a little bit about myself, like my life and stuff. Ooh, ratchet ass knee. But yeah. So I am emma.winrow. I'm 14 years old and from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Canada. And I am in grade 8. Going into grade 9 next year, obviously. I'm sorry, I like to fiddle. So yeah, now I guess that's all you really need to know. Well, I guess here. I have one actual brother and then 3 other stepbrothers and a half-sister, so obviously my parents are divorced. I didn't actually have it hard as a kid, like a lot of people say divorce is really hard. It wasn't hard for me because I was very young, so I didn't really realize it. But I guess once I hit grade 10, knowing that my parents weren't going to be back together, it kind of hurt me, obviously, because no one wants to know that it didn't work out. But it's just also knowing it is for the best. I'm glad that they are now because they do get along so much better, and it makes me happy. So yeah, that's basically my whole life. I have a dog. I have 2 dogs and 1 cat. There you go. That's my life. And going on to cheerleading. 3 years ago, I started. Me, Morgan, and Katie went to this camp in where I live, and it was just basically a basic one. So we just learned the toe touches and jump sumos. It's just learning the basics, and then we didn't really stunt much because it was in a small little gym, so we just learned some cool stunt moves. And yeah, so after that we were like, hey, we should start cheerleading. So we found this thing in this paper. I guess my mom found it or someone else found it, I don't know, in the paper saying Mormon Ultimate Cheerleading, and we're like, hey, we should try this. And there's this summer camps. So we went to the summer camps and did some tumbling and some stunts, and we're like, we really love it. So we actually ended up joining and going on to the teams. So I was on Opal with Morgan and Katie, and then I was on another team, and they were also on a different team too. So I was on Opal and Amethyst, which was Opal was a junior level 2, and Amethyst was the youth level 2. Yeah, youth level 2. So yeah, it was like that. And then at Emeralds, which is the team they were on, I think it was junior level 1. I'm pretty sure. I don't know much about that team, but they were also on that team at that year. And during the year, I was attempting to do nice tumbling, round off handsprings, back handsprings, and I was doing very well. And then one time I was trying to do my round off back handspring, and my coach was there, and I was so ready to do it. I was going, and I did it, kind of. I freaked out in the middle of it, and I landed on my head, which wasn't bad. It didn't hurt. It was just knowing that I fell on my head killed me the most, I guess. It wasn't nice for me. It wasn't good because then I developed a mental block and I couldn't do anything. Well, I couldn't do the running passes. I couldn't do round off back handspring. I couldn't do front walkover round off handspring because I never tried, right? Because I didn't want to keep trying after that one fall. So after that fall, I guess I started doing back handsprings on the cheese, which is, if you don't know what the cheese is, it's like this. It's horizontal, I guess. And it's easier to do it with a spot on there because it's going down, right? So you have more momentum, I guess. And I started doing it on that, and I started trusting people more. And then the next year, I was on Amethyst and Sapphires. And I was on Amethyst with, my second year, Emily joined cheerleading, and we all were on the same team, which was Amethyst, and I was also on another team called Sapphires, which was a senior level 2, so we wore crop tops, and yeah. That year I went to Baltimore with my team. What did we get? We got like 5th out of 7 teams, which is pretty good because Baltimore is in the States, so it's much harder for Canadian teams to get anything because it's just natural, I guess. So we were very proud of ourselves, and it wasn't the best year for us, but we still were very proud. And also last year we lost a team member. Her name was Rachel DeGay. She was skiing in the mountains, and she accidentally went on the diamond run, and as she was trying to switch lanes, she couldn't, and she was going really fast, and she hit a tree, which it was just, she wore a helmet, right, and it was just at such a fast speed that nothing would have saved her, I guess. And that really took a toll on our team because we then realized like none of us were very close to her, and it kind of hurt us knowing that we never got close to much people. So we started getting closer, I think, that year, but it started hurting us in competitions. We weren't a team, it was just individuals, and it definitely was not the best year. I guess it was sad because we lost. It was just the hardest year, I guess. It was really hard for everyone to keep going after knowing what happened to this amazing young girl that we loved. So, rest in peace, Rachel. We love you. And now this year, so this is my 3rd year, obviously. So, out of the 3 years, I've been on 5 teams. So, I've been on 4 already for the 2 years. And this year, my mom wanted me to just do 1 year because at that time when I first started cheerleading, I quit soccer because it was just too much. So I quit soccer, and soccer was one of my favorite sports ever because it's fun. A lot of you guys may not agree because many people do not like soccer, but I love soccer. So yeah, I just decided to be on 1 team this year so I can join soccer, and it feels awkward because I'm not doing as much as I did last year or the year before. Like, I joined the club with 2 teams, and I wanted to finish with 2 teams, but I couldn't. I just wanted to do 1 this year, and it wasn't that bad. I just feel useless, you know? I just want to keep going. But, like 4 weeks ago, I got asked to be on Sapphires again because one of the cheerleaders on that team had gotten hurt. So yeah, I joined in, and it's been going very well. I love that team. They're just so fun. It's a family. It truly is. And some of them might not like each other, but I can feel like there's a family vibe. And yeah, so I'm also on Citrine and Sapphires, I guess, right now. Our last competition is actually in like 2 weeks, I'd say. We're going to Vancouver, which is in British Columbia. It's a couple provinces away. But it's awesome knowing that I'm going with the people that I love. I'm going with the senior team, and I'm going with the girls that I love. Like, on Citrine, I love everyone. I'm the captain on that team, so it makes me happy knowing that, like, they chose me because they like me, and so it's just, like, I love seeing their faces. There's 2 girls on that team, they're the youngest, and they make my day. I love them. So, yeah, that's gonna be our last competition, sadly, because we've had a very good year with Citrine. It's our first year being youth level 2, so it's exciting, and we're an elite team, so that's exciting too. And yeah, so we are going to Vancouver, which is going to be exciting. And yeah, so that's basically my cheer story. I love cheerleading. Like, I don't know what I'd do without it, because it's just knowing, like, wow, I just got my tumbling. Like, that just makes me happy. And hitting stunts, like, you don't know how much that help. Like, that makes me feel so good when you hit a stunt and it's like so solid, and you're like, yes, let's just keep going, you know? It's amazing knowing that people can actually go to that extent. Like, I'm holding a girl up in the air with 2 other girls. Like, that is, I'd say that's pretty awesome. And whoever says it's not a sport, it is. I tell you, it is, because I don't know how it wouldn't be. We're lifting up kids in the air. Like, I don't know. Yeah. Here's some advice for newcomers to cheerleading. I just honestly just focus on yourself, because I bet you no one else is going to be looking. No one's going to judge you. No one is, because they've been through what you've been through. Okay? No one is. You start at 1. You start at 1 and you move up. You gradually move up. No one ever starts at a 10 and keep moving up. Like, no one's just going to first day whip out their round of handspring. Like, yes, maybe they have good trust, and that's awesome. Like, good for them. But just focus on yourself, because honestly, that's all you have to work on. If you're focusing on other people, how are you going to get up to that extent? You're not going to be able to do that if you're focusing on other people. Like, I did that the first year, and I was so jealous of everyone else because they were doing amazing. And it's like, and then I realized, like, if I'm not focusing on myself, how am I going to get better, right? Like, how am I going to work on it? So I'd say that's good advice for newcomers, and just not to be scared. Like, you will love, well, I don't know. You might not love the cheer community, and that's okay. Like, cheer might not be your thing, but if it is, I tell you, you'll love it. You'll love it. And also, when in gymnastics, it's just like, it's not necessarily just like gymnastics, but the tumbling is kind of like gymnastics. So when you have your round of handspring, it's really good to go into cheerleading if you like that stuff. And yeah, cheerleading is just, it's a fun way to meet new people and do new things. Like, it's a total opposite of soccer, but I don't even, probably because of my friends, so shout out to you 2 amazing people, Katie and Morgan, for bringing me into the cheerleading community, because I don't know what I'd do, to be honest, without cheerleading. Yeah. That's basically it. Yeah, cheerleading is just a fun thing to do and a fun place to be. So if you're a cheerleader, shout out to all my cheerleaders. Yeah. And if you aren't, that's totally fine. I honestly, like, a lot of people like, well, if you're not a cheerleader, I don't like you. It's like, well, you gotta love everyone, because if cheer's a sport, everything else is a sport. A sport is a sport, like. But, I mean, if you don't like cheerleading, I'm sorry. Like, if you keep on telling me that cheerleading's horrible, I probably won't be your friend, because you gotta see both sides, you know? Like, I can't just say I hate football because they have balls in it. Like, I can't just say that. Like, you can't just say I hate cheerleading because they're all girls. Like, what? Yeah. So I hope you guys really liked this video. Like and subscribe to our amazing collab channel, and I will be posting every Monday, hopefully every Monday. So yeah, keep watching, come every Monday and everything like that, and I will post some videos next to this video. Yeah, bye.
5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7.